What's up with it, La Familia? Happy Sunday. Just had to pop in real quick.
J-U-S-T-J-A-D, fake niggas free, M-O-B, first lady on the panel, just J, it's the channel, when you're watching, gon' sub, hit that like, leave a comment, respect what she all about, haters gon' walk it out, a lady, be a lady, right now, bitch, close your mouth, a Midwest gangster, thuggin' in the South, a princess from Chicago, ATL queen, pull up on the shoulder, she the hottest in the city, she a badass bitch, yeah, that thing sitting pretty, roll it up, light it up, we just wanna smoke and ride. If you look into her eyes, she'll leave you hypnotized. Soft spoken when she talk, don't get it twisted, get it twisted. She got lady too bold, yeah they with it, yeah they with it. What is you too street? She ain't come out here to play. Niggas like, who that is? That's my homie, just Jay. What's happening?
What's up with it, La Familia? Happy Sunday. Just had to pop in real quick.
Yo, what's good? What's good? So, man, I want to talk about Jamie Foxx because something ain't right. I'm going to drop the link. I don't want to get, like, a lot of people blaming Diddy. And I don't want to get too much into that because of something else I saw that I really don't think Diddy is the blame for it. But I'm just give y'all a hint. So y'all remember he was dating Katie Holmes, which is Tom Cruise's ex-wife, right? So there's a rumor. What they got to do with anything? They say Jamie Foxx is too. So it's a rumor going around. Well, not a rumor. Somebody gave a YouTuber a tip. Let me just play that clip. I'm just gonna let the audio play. Hold on. And maybe it'll change our mind. Cause Diddy ain't guilty for everything. Hold on. And I think this one went over a lot of people's heads. Hold on. Give me a minute because I don't want to play here. They trying to keep what on the down low. Diddy ain't that. I don't even think Diddy trying to keep Diddy on the down low. He don't care what nobody think. You could tell by his actions. But they keep blaming Diddy for everybody that something happens to. And hey Ems, I don't think I kind of agree with this theory that this other YouTuber said he got a tip. Hold on. Hold on, because I don't want to play his intro.
What's going on,
Shout out to Tough Podcast.
So let's go ahead and start on this topic, and I wanted to come on here and give you guys yet another update in regards to the health status of Jamie Foxx, and also to put you guys up on game in regards to an email that involves Katie Holmes, which is Jamie Foxx's ex-girlfriend, and also Tom Cruise's ex-wife. And so this email is just astonishing, to say the least. So guys, first and foremost, what I'm hearing in regards to Jamie Foxx's health status is the fact that he is stable, but the doctors are still running tests. In fact, I'm told that the team of doctors, along with nurses who are providing Jamie with around-the-clock care, have exhausted every...
And this was from 8 days ago. This was recorded before his daughter came out and said that he was okay and been playing pickleball, whatever the heck that is.
Resource available, and have taken extreme measures to determine what was the root cause of Jamie having a stroke, which caused other medical issues to occur that ultimately led to multiple setbacks leading up to his recovery. And so given the fact that May 12th is approaching us, which would make a month that Jamie has been hospitalized with a severe medical condition, it has to be unnerving for Jamie, his family, friends, and fans that the doctors have not been successful in detecting what was administered to Jamie, especially when you take into account that the doctors have come to the conclusion in unison that Jamie may have been poisoned, which indeed propels me to pose this question. Was Jamie poisoned with something that could have been untraceable? Like, this is crazy, a month, and they still haven't found the issue? Listen, all I can say at this point is that it seems as though there are a lot of impurities and sinister-like activities involved in and surrounding this case. But anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and get into this email, because according to this email, the Church of Scientology is after Jamie Foxx, and it's all stemming from his relationship with Katie Holmes. So anyway, it says here, "Hi, I ran across your videos about the mysterious health scare that Jamie Foxx had on the set of his new film. I would like to first bring to your attention that I used to be a senior writer/editor for a major media outlet that I cannot and will not disclose out of the privacy and fear of retaliation. But there is something that people do not know, and if they do know, many seem to be disinclined to bring this information to light. Jamie's ex, Katie Holmes, is apparently breaking down behind the scenes because she feels that the Church of Scientology is quietly, but yet relentlessly, after Jamie because of dark secrets and codes."
I heard Jamie Foxx was either exposed or was going to expose P. Diddy, and now P. Diddy wants him silenced, if you know what I mean. Yeah, they blame everything on P. Diddy, though. But if you listen to this theory, it kind of makes sense. They still trying to pin his baby mama stuff on him, which, yeah, I have my own opinion about that too, and I think he did do something, but that's neither here nor there.
That Jamie may have been made aware of because of his relationship with her. As a result of them dating from 2013 to 2019, Katie has told Jamie some very menacing, inauspicious, and astonishing things that take place within the church. Also, let's remember that Tom Cruise is an extraordinary advocate and supporter of the church who first made his involvement known in 1990. It's the very same belief system that forced Katie to have to plan a strategic escape along with their daughter Suri away from Tom, ultimately leading Katie to file for divorce from Cruise, and it helped that Katie's father was able to facilitate the proceedings because he was a prominent lawyer at the time. It's been said that Tom has disowned his daughter after Katie divorced him and hasn't seen his daughter in 10 years. Another riveting factor that also comes into...
That man haven't seen his daughter in 10 years because she was dating Jamie Foxx. This is the same Tom Cruise that was jumping on the couch now.
Plays the fact that Tom has some disdain towards Jamie for being one of his closest friends at one point in time and then going behind his back to date his ex-wife. Although there were stipulations and guidelines that Katie had to follow within their divorce agreement, including who she dated, the agreement seemed to have been broken once her relationship with Jamie was uncovered in 2013, only a few months after Tom and Kate finalized their divorce in 2012, which led Tom to hire a private investigator who exposed that Katie was secretly seeing Jamie while she was still married to Tom. Katie has been in touch with Jamie during his hospital stay, and I know this to be an absolute fact. Just thought I would bring all of this to your attention, and feel free to email with any questions or concerns. If there is a delay in my response, just know that I'm 3 hours behind you as I reside on the West Coast.
guys just heard that. Now, that was emailed to me this morning. And so, listen, hey, I'm just the messenger. I'm not saying that this is actually factual. I'm just conveying the message to you all that was presented to me. Now, it's not above the realm of possibility that Jamie Foxx could be a target because of this. Because at the end of the day, you have to understand that Katie may have told Jamie some things about the Church of Scientology that Jamie wasn't supposed to know about. And it was in her clause and in her divorce contract that she couldn't talk about those things. In fact, it says here, Katie signed a clause in her quickie divorce settlement that prevents her from embarrassing Tom in various ways, like talking about him or Scientology or publicly dating another man for 5 years after the divorce. She's allowed to date, but she cannot do so in a public fashion. And she's not supposed to let any boyfriend near their daughter, Suri. Katie wanted out of the marriage so badly she agreed to terms and got $4.8 million in child support plus another $5 million for herself. Now, if you remember, Katie and Jamie, they both were reluctant to talk about their relationship because of this particular issue, right? Within Katie's divorce contract. So
they were dating in secret, though. Put a thumbtack in that. They never really did come out, but they were always seen together on dates and everything.
Basically, I can remember back in 2018, it was NBA All-Star Weekend, and Jamie was playing in the celebrity game, and I can remember a commentator asking him a question about him and Katie's relationship, and he did this. Saw pictures. Did you and Katie Holmes play basketball for Valentine's Day? Like some real loving basketball game? And so as you can see there, Jamie was keeping quiet.
So basically, he took off the headphones. Since y'all can't see, he took off the headphones and walked off the interview.
His relationship with Katie Holmes. And so listen, could she have confided in Jamie and talked about Scientology to Jamie? Yes. They were in a full-fledged relationship, right? And Jamie could possess some incriminating evidence on the Church of Scientology that Tom Cruise and other Scientologists are afraid of getting out. And then you couple that with the fact that Tom still has some animosity towards Jamie to this day for going behind his back and dating his ex-wife when him and Jamie were very tight. They were real good friends. And so I can see Jamie being a supreme target in that regard. But anyway, I'm going to draw the line here. I want you guys to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about this info.
So what y'all think? You think that could be possible? Where everybody's still stuck on Diddy doing something? Comments? Because I think that make a lot of sense. Because what do they do in Scientology? What? That's a religion. What do they do? We don't know. But they're saying Jamie found out. Right. They saying Jamie found out some things from Katie. So I've never heard what Scientologists do. So I just wanted to know, other opinions on what, because it's not 2 and 2 not adding up for me. It's not. I'm not getting 4. They keep saying Diddy, but why? I understand why, but why? First, it was Kim was supposed to come out with a book on Diddy, so he did that. Now, don't get me wrong. I do think he had a part in that. The stories that this particular blogger, his tips that he gets, if you go visit his channel and look at those videos, you'll see what I'm talking about. But nobody really even thought about Tom Cruise. Right, the study of something, but what? Because it's a whole religion, and it sounds more like science. Could they be the one cloning people? Allegedly. That's just something that came off the top of my head. That's nothing I've heard or anything like that. It's just weird to me because, then you had his daughter. Right after that came out, his daughter said, "Oh, my father's fine. He was playing pickleball." Pickleball. He's been out the hospital for weeks, and then turns back around and says he's in the hospital. He's in Chicago. Now he's in Chicago. TMZ reported that he's in Chicago in a rehabilitation center. So what story is like, because none of it's adding up to me. And I just want to know what the people thought, because yeah. Because don't get me wrong, Jamie ain't no saint. He cool peoples though. I mean, he cool peoples, but I remember when I lived in Chicago, and the news reporter here reported that his neighbors was trying to get him put out because they were tired of a bunch of naked men playing basketball at his house. He was speaking too much on the industry, basically putting us on game and things were left. But what do we hear? Have you heard anything? I ain't heard nothing Jamie said. So all that's hearsay and allegedly. But it would make sense. This man ain't seen his child in 10 years. Right. A totally healthy man out of the blue just, I mean, it can happen, but just had a stroke and a bunch of other things that's mysterious and no one knows what's going on. And then you have his family saying pray for him, his friends saying pray for him, and then the next minute his daughter like, oh, my father's fine, he's been out the hospital, he was playing pickleball yesterday. But then you have then after that you have TMZ coming out and saying he's in Chicago in a rehabilitation center. My prayers go up to Jamie. You know, he's very talented. But it's just something ain't adding up for me. Let me see if I can find TMZ what TMZ said, if it's a video anyway. They said this man is in Chicago. First he was here in Georgia. Now he in Chicago. Now they did the same thing to Prince now. Somewhat. He did his concert in Chicago in Georgia. And on the way back to Minnesota, they had to stop in Chicago. Yeah, it ain't adding up. In some interviews, he allegedly spoke about Diddy wild parties. Other than that, oh yeah, he did one with hold on, he did one with Snoop. Snoop had a talk show, and they was talking about hold on, see if I can find it. They're going to do whatever they can to get everyone's distracted from Jamie's situation. Right. So, you know how they always saying they cloning this and they cloning that. Do you think that's possible? Hold on. Let me see if I can find that clip. I watched it a few years ago. And he was just saying how with I don't know. Only thing I know is with DMX, they never told us that he had. Irv Gotti came out and told the whole story, and they were mad at him for that. When DMX went to the hospital, he had COVID, but he also had asthma. So C19. But so by the time he got to the hospital, they couldn't put him on a respirator because it was too late. So they want us to think it was OD. It could have possibly been C19. And the reason why they probably didn't say C19 is because he was fully vaccinated. And they don't want to scare you away from getting this poke if it ain't effective. They're trying to make it think that all this is calmed down because of this poke. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. He said Diddy got mad at him after the fact. After the fact of what him talking. I haven't heard Jamie doing no talking. Only thing I know is I seen this let me see. Hold on.
I ain't playing around.
No, this ain't it.
No, yeah, we're
This ain't
good.
it. Hold on, that's not it. I didn't even know Snoop had a talk show, but this was a while ago. I was still living in Chicago when I saw this. And he was talking about the parties. But he didn't really say anything. If you put two and two together, you could see he was saying something about so much powder. But hold on, let me see if I can find. So they keep saying Diddy, and I don't see. I haven't heard him say anything about Diddy or nothing. Only thing I know is they blame him for everything. And it makes sense to like for Diddy to take the blame over something from somebody you never even looking at or never even thought about. You know what I'm saying? This man ain't seen his child in 10 years because of who the mother was dating. Come on, man. I hate when people do that. Let's see if I can find this interview. Does anybody believe they actually cloning these people? Good morning, Thyroid. I can't pin it. I think you could pin it in. Could you pin the link? I think you got. Where is this interview at? I know it ain't Scrubs. It's just a lot. And then make this make sense. So his daughter said, "Oh, my father's fine. He been out of the hospital. He was playing pickleball yesterday." Why did they replace him so fast on that movie? They didn't do what's his name? Or what it actually that accidentally unalived that lady in I can't is it Kevin Costner? Was it Kevin Costner? They didn't replace him? They replaced Jamie. Why? And if Jamie was doing so well when his daughter came out to spoke, why he couldn't speak? He was playing pickleball yesterday. I heard that's a very strenuous sport, even though I've never heard of it. But why is everyone else speaking for this man and him not speaking for himself? When he supposedly had the stroke, they say he couldn't speak, he couldn't do anything. But now he out of the hospital recovering and playing pickleball. That's my whole point of this live. What do you think? I don't some ain't right. And that is the only person Hold on. This is 8 days ago. And this is the Diddy theory from that same blogger. Hold on. Thank you anyway, Ian. I might have to go on this. I know
What's going on, y'all? What it is. So let's go ahead and slide on this topic. And this video won't be that long by any stretch of the imagination. I just wanted to come on here and give you guys a bit of an update in regards to the
health of Jamie Foxx.
Now, before we go any further, just to protect the integrity of my platform, I would like to say that the information that I'm about to convey to you is all alleged. Now, even though I'm getting my information from a credible medical health professional that resides within the Atlanta area, you just never know when misinformation could present itself. So with that said, the first thing that I want to talk about is the fact that about 4 or 5 days ago, there were major media outlets that started to report that Jamie had to be revived on the set of his new movie after suffering a stroke. Now, let me say this. When it comes to YouTube, I'm just a struggling YouTuber who is extremely enamored with the audience that I have been fortunate to garner over the years. So in no way, shape, or form, and what I'm about to say is an attempt for me to flex or brag. But I gave you all that information about Jamie having to be revived on the set of his new movie after having a stroke and arriving to the hospital in an unconscious state a week prior to these major publications confirming it. So for all the people that were in the comments of that particular video stating that I was lying for clicks and views, how did that turn out for you? All right. And again, I'm not the one to boast and brag, but at the end of the day, I take pride in being truthful. I take pride in my honesty, right? And so at the end of the day, if something comes back and it wasn't right, I'm not too proud to jump on my platform and tell you guys that I messed up. But anyway, I had a conversation with the person that I've been talking to within the Atlanta area. And basically, they told me that Jamie Foxx not only suffered from a stroke, that at some point during his hospital stay, that he suffered a mild heart attack as well. Now, remember, I told you guys in a previous video that it was told to me that Jamie was slipping in and out of consciousness, right? And so at the time, it was said to have just been complications that he sustained after having surgery to stop internal bleeding. But it was confirmed to me this morning that during his surgery, that Jamie had to be revived twice, bringing a total of where the doctors had to drastically implement life-saving measures to protect Jamie from permanently checking out to 3 times. Now, what's interesting about this dynamic is the fact that during the conversation I was having this morning, the person compared the situation that Jamie is going through to the same thing that Nene Leakes' son went through, Brent. And so you guys know that we're not that far removed from where Brent suffered a stroke as well and also suffered from congestive heart failure. Now, remember, I told you guys in a previous video that it was said to me that Jamie has a long road to recovery. And basically, they said that he would have to go through numerous sessions of physical therapy, right? And so when you look at what Brent went through, he basically had to learn how to walk again. He had to learn how to use the activity of his limbs again. And just the comparison alone, y'all, just lets you know how serious this situation is when it comes to Jamie Foxx's health. Now, if we take a moment to look on the bright side of things, we see that Brent made a full recovery. And I believe that Jamie is going to do the same. I believe that brother got that dog in him and he going to fight. Now, in closing, I want to talk about this whole situation where there's so much speculation that Diddy may be behind what actually happened to Jamie Foxx, because
now here we go with the Diddy theory.
Jamie is said to have incriminating footage on Diddy, and Diddy's afraid of what Jamie may have that could basically expose him and Hollywood in its totality. And so when you sit back and analyze things, you have to take this into consideration. When Jamie talked about filming Diddy's wild and demonic parties, like I said before, it's not about what he said during the video of discussing it. It's about what he didn't say. But you have to imagine that Diddy isn't the only one that would be potentially after him, because there are other Hollywood elites that were definitely caught in some extremely compromising positions. But
that part,
I will say this. Something odd is going on, because when Jamie first had his medical emergency, I was checking for any updates in regards to his health, right? Hoping that he may post a video, but we understand the undeniable severity of this situation and why he is compromised in doing so. Now, when the speculation crept in about Diddy potentially having something to do with Jamie falling ill, I checked to see if they were following each other on Instagram, and they were as of last Tuesday. Now, today, it could just be a coincidence of some sort, but both Jamie and Diddy have their followers on private. Now, again, I want to emphasize that just last week, You could go to Jamie's Instagram and see that he was following Diddy. You could go to Diddy's Instagram and see that Diddy was following Jamie. Now, all of a sudden, given the magnitude of the situation and the speculation that has come out that Diddy may have something to do with Jamie Foxx falling ill, all of a sudden today, both of them have their list of friends where they can only see them. So basically, you can't go and see if Jamie is following Diddy or if Diddy is following Jamie. Now, again, just like I said previously, that could just be a coincidence, right? But at the end of the day, I just find that particularly odd. But anyway, I'm going to draw the line here. I want you guys to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about this whole.
So it's just too many moving parts. Like old boy said, or one of you guys said, it could be anybody because a lot of them have secrets. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I'm kind of leaning for that Tom Cruise story kind of making a little more sense to me. Especially considering none of us, do any of you guys know what Scientologists do as a religion? I take that as a no. Yeah, I'm gonna take that as a no. So yeah, all I could do is pray that this man gets better. Right. And it's a lot of those celebrities is into this Scientology, and we don't even know what it is. You know what Christianity is, you know what Buddhism is, you know what Catholic, Apostolic, Pentecostal, everything. But when it comes to Scientology, I've never heard of what they study. Who are they studying? Because it sounds like science to me. I mean, from the name anyway. And for Christ's sakes, the man ain't seen his child in 10 years. All because of who her mother was dating. This the same man that was jumping on people's couch. But it's going under the radar because nobody is looking towards him. Other than the person who sent that email to that particular blogger. So I just wanted to come on here to open everybody's open your mind. You have to have an open mind. Everyone wants to blame Diddy for everything. And I'm not saying he's not guilty, and I'm not saying he is guilty because I don't know. But that was another theory that I heard. And I just want to see what everybody else thought. Because it's just some, I don't even know why would his daughter come out and say that, and then TMZ turns right back around and say he's in a rehabilitation center in Chicago. I know, crazy, huh? So I've been sticking close to the story, and I'm just hoping this man pull through. Because if you don't, I did a live on I'll Be Sure fell ill. He did expose Diddy, but he fell ill. Didn't no one know what was wrong with him. He lost all time. I think he couldn't talk, he couldn't walk, all that. He's recovered now, but he was coming out saying that Diddy was involved in his ex-wife's, not Diddy's ex-wife's, I'll Be Sure ex-wife, which is the same person, in her demise. And if you go to NC Tough, if you go to his YouTube page, a lot of people give him tips, and they told him some things. Spoken on, so I mean his name's spoken on everything. They say anything. If I walk across the street and I almost get hit by a car, they're gonna say Diddy did it because I did this live. He get blamed for everything. I don't think he's. I don't. It's a lot of demons in this industry. I'm not saying I don't think he got a part in it, but you can't rule out some of the other stuff being said. Now, as I was scrolling, it said a lot. Ti kept popping up, so I don't know. I'm not gonna click on none of that because I don't know what that's about. I'll go back and watch it and see what his involvement is. Maybe he was just wishing well wishes and whatever, because I know Martin did, but Ti kept popping up, so I don't know what that's about. But I just hope he make a full recovery. He don't come out looking like somebody else, because this is strange to me. A perfectly healthy that we know of. He appearance wise, he looked healthy. I mean, he was in a movie. He was filming a movie. And then, like, I think his name is was it Kevin Costner? Who accidentally unalived that lady in that movie? Because they're filming it. They started back filming it. And that particular person is Grand Rising Metal Face. That particular person is still on that movie. Jamie, I mean, a lot of people after strokes won't be the same, but this was a totally healthy person that we know of. And not only did he have a stroke, he had heart attacks. That's something that the news hasn't even told us. So you have to dig deeper, I guess. Maybe it's the people that I'm following or whatever on YouTube. But somebody talking. And it sure ain't his family, because his family said he playing pickleball. And then TMZ turns around 2 days later and say the man is in Chicago in a rehabilitation center. So I guess they got pickleball in the backyard. My thing is, why Jamie can't tell us this? Okay. He is a very talented actor. I hope he pulled through whatever is going on. Like Albie sure did. But it just ain't the math not mathing. Why would his daughter come out and say that? And I think she was one of the ones that was saying pray for her family. Not making sense. And then they tell us he okay. Why do y'all want us to think he okay when he not? So we could stop digging into what's going on? Or why our backs are turned, y'all could do what y'all doing? Then he just gonna pop out of nowhere. Fat. Excuse my, because you see how Gucci came out skinny and shit reminds me of the movie Get Out. I know, right? Well, I feel like movies are subliminals. But Kodak Black came out smaller. Like, what is, so I'm saying Jamie was already small, so we gonna come out bigger? Like, this is crazy to me. I feel bad for that man, because I've never heard him being in anything controversial other than when I heard that his neighbors was trying to get him removed. The HOA, I guess, was trying to get him removed because they was tired of naked men playing basketball at his house. And that's when I first realized he was, go the other way. You think so? You think Gucci a clone too? Did you? What was wrong? If you don't mind me asking. I mean, I'm not saying it's irregular for a person to get sick out of nowhere, but This man got sick and they replaced him expeditiously. But when that man unalived that lady, oh, what was the name of that movie? Rust. I think it's Kevin Costner. I'm not sure. I don't. Alec Baldwin, my bad. So when all of that happened with Alec Baldwin, it's just the random people getting sick out of it. I know. I think rappers get murked and the higher up they let celebrities get knocked off a little cleaner and say it's an accident. Wow, never heard of that. Shit, I never heard of anybody. You say you was on life support. Am I reading that right? They even put, to go back, they even put that movie Rust on hold for Alec Baldwin to go through all these legal things. But they couldn't do that for Jamie Foxx. The mad thing, man. Y'all still think it's Diddy? Possibly. Tom Cruise. What y'all thinking at this point? Yeah, Juice, we glad you're still with us, bro. I mean, anybody can get up on the panel and voice out their opinion. Wow. Yeah, thank God you're still here with us. Wow. I never heard of that either. It's this the food and stuff. They be injecting this food with poisons. That part ends. But they want to blame it on that one person, and that's the part that gets to me because y'all blame him for everything. Next, they're gonna be blaming him for Bill Cosby doing what he did. Like, wow. You got a testimony. That's crazy. Did they say where it came from? I have to look that up. I've never even heard of that. And then they only telling us about the stroke. They didn't say nothing about the heart attacks he had after that. And they also didn't tell us that the man couldn't talk or walk. Well, I think he did just say he couldn't walk, but he couldn't even talk. But yet and still he making statements. How are you making statements? Oh, you writing it down? You get function of your you can write it down, you can use your hands. Cause my grandma had a stroke, and after her stroke, one of her arms didn't even function right no more. Not to say people can't recover from a stroke, but this man young. Not even saying that his age play a part, but you look at Jamie, you don't see sick in Jamie Foxx. And playing pickleball right with his. Do you use your hands for pickleball? Let me look up pickleball. What the heck is pickleball? Never heard of it in my life. It's a paddleball sport that combines elements of tennis, badminton, and ping pong. So he definitely had to be like jumping all around the place, using his arms. It's really like ping pong from what I'm saying. Tennis, badminton, and ping pong. Yeah, that don't make no sense. Okay, so it's a sport played outside. It looks like tennis. Why didn't they just name it tennis? That's what it looked like. But anyway. Yeah. From this picture, I see you have to be quick on your feet. It look like tennis. With a paddle ball. With a paddle. So that make no sense. If he couldn't walk, how is he playing pickleball? And why did his daughter say that? And everybody believed it because it was his daughter, but this is the same person who asked for prayers for her family because of what her father was going through. This story keep changing, and I don't know. I just pray for Jamie. That's why I wouldn't even want to be no celebrity. I don't want people following me around. I'm a private person. Don't be getting in my bed. If you signed up for that, people getting in your business, that's what you signed up for. But the secrets that come along with it, the doors you walk through. Right. How? As a matter of fact, he was playing pickleball yesterday. Huh? Well, they just said yesterday he was in the hospital trying to recover and talk again and walk again. After having, what did it say, 2 or 3 heart attacks after the stroke. Somebody ain't telling the truth. And I don't know, I like conversations like this to get other people opinion or whatever. That's why I did this live. Because I know I can't be the only one thinking, what's really going on? The cloning, I'm not so sold on it. A lot of people are. I'm not. Because I don't know. I'm not saying it's impossible. I just don't know. I know it had to be a miracle that he up jumping and bouncing around and using his arms and hands to play pickleball. Something no one really has ever heard of. Mind you, he likes to shoot basketball naked with his male friends. So, and then 2 days later, he's in Chicago in a rehabilitation center. Let me see if I can find that. The lies they tell. And I can't even find the interview. If y'all get a chance, look up that interview with him. Snoop was on I guess he had his own talk show. And Jamie Foxx was on there. And if I could find it, I'm gonna play it. But he was talking about a Diddy party. But he didn't say nothing bad about it. What'd I say? Oh, yeah, no, that's what the news said. I heard that on the news, on the radio. Yes. The HO, matter of fact, I wonder is that online somewhere. The HOA was trying to get him kicked out because they were tired of him. They used to be playing basketball allegedly late at night, bunch of men naked. Let me see if I can find this interview with him and Snoop. And I can't find that interview nowhere. Wait a minute, this might be it. But it's the whole interview. I'm
1 2 1 2, mic check 1 2. Do not attempt to adjust your channels. You're inside the GGN News Network with your host with the most, Finding Nemo, aka Nemo Hoes, and today's special guest is Jamie.
To be honest with you, I'm nervous as hell because, you know, whenever I do that music, it's like I'm back to being a starving artist. But I got a great song now with Chris Brown. You know, as I get older in the game,
This was 8 years ago.
you know, you don't want to be too young. Like sometimes, you know, like I've dressed too young a couple of times. Like my daughter, who's 21, she'll see me dressed, you know, trying to hang down. I had heard about the Django script, and it was burning through Hollywood. But it was burning through Hollywood in such a way because not a lot of
This is the full interview.
is all of the characters. Willie Beeman.
Hold on, let me see if I can find that little clip because this is the whole interview, and I never even watched the full interview. It was just that one little part. Oh, he have been doing some talking. Hold on.
Propaganda put out about me that's not true.
At that time, Puff was the biggest guy in the world. You know, you couldn't even get in this party. So the way I would get in this party is I show up with a camera.
Puff, yo, you gotta let me film this. The whole thing. We need to document this, Playboy.
Puff is there, and it's all about him. And I'll never get, he got mad at me.
So, Jamie Foxx suffered a very serious medical emergency that landed him in the hospital.
Yo, Foxx, I can't watch it. Puff's in there. It's kind of, I'm like, damn, shit is crazy, man. So what I did was, I would show up to the party in my little town car. There's a town, you know, I grabbed me a town car so I could skirt. Puff the SUVs and the Bentleys, the whole night. He get out. I get out too with a camera. The big Canon, like, yo, Puff, I should document this shit, right? Yo, what's up, Playboy? What you talking about? I should get this, man. You, Fonzberg, whole nine. He says, yeah, let him through. Excuse me. So I get it. But at that time, it wasn't like the little camera y'all got. It was the big intrusive Canon. I had a battery pack. Hold on, man. Let me change the pack. Put my light on here. Do that again, Puff. Do that again. I missed that one. Do that again. Put the pack. So I started following him. So I followed him the whole time. I remember watching Puff at the Beverly Hills Hotel. I'm filming this. And it's a pool party that is ridiculous, man. And I look up and I see Dr. Ruth. I don't know if you know who that is. The sex lady. The sex lady. I see Dr. Ruth. I said, Miss Ruth, could you please come over here to this guy? My name is Sean P. Diddy Combs. I need you to come meet him. I need this for my camera. Dr. Ruth and Puff at the Beverly Hills Hotel pool dancing, doing their thing, right? And you know what they dancing to? Over in the corner, God bless, is Heavy D, Andre Harrell, and they listening to a demo. You know what the demo is? Right. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
Beyonce.
Oh,
that's crazy.
Wow. And then Andre Harrell, run that back. That's the one right there.
Oh yeah, Jamie was doing some talking. He said a mouthful of that one. He said he followed that man around with cameras. I paused it. I'm probably gonna watch it because I don't know what's gonna happen on the video, so I don't want to just keep on playing it. But so he was walking around with a camera following this man, recording with his permission though, which means he got a lot of footage somewhere of these parties. It's too many people. It's too many characters involved in this story right here. Because I mean, Cat Williams did the same thing though. I mean, they did kind of take Cat Williams' career from him, but didn't at the same time, because now he paid for all his own stuff. He don't get the sponsors and stuff. So he still get his gigs and stuff, but they tried to make him look like he was on drugs, setting up fights with kids, and it's just crazy. Because on his comedy shows, he would tell what was going on at them parties. So I don't know. I still don't rule out the Scientologist part, especially considering him and Katie Holmes not even together no more. And this man still ain't seen his child. You turned your back on your child because of who the mother was dating? And they're not saying Tom Cruise personally, but they're saying the whole Scientologist, like, religion has something to do with it. I mean, science, like, how does that go with religion? What is Scientology? Hold on. Scientology is a religion in its highest meaning, and it helps bring man to total freedom and truth. See, that right there sounds like some cult stuff. It's actually a church down the street from where I live. Yeah, that happened, and they tried to make him sing crazy, and he left and came back. They weren't messing with him no more though. See, that's another thing. Like, when these people leave and come back, is it because they complying now? It's definitely a Scientologist church right down the street. Scientologists believe in immortal spirit and improving the spirit here on earth using Scientology methods. It sounds like cloning to me. Allegedly, that sounds like cloning to me. Immortal spirit and improving the spirit here on earth using Scientology methods. Scientologists do not typically dwell on heaven or hell or the afterlife, instead focusing on the spirit. According to Scientology beliefs, Scientology itself is a blend of science and spirituality. The fuck out of here. I wonder, do you have to, like, I wonder, could you just walk in off the street into one of their services? I'm not going to try to, but I just wonder. And Scientologists believes in someone who believes in and follows teachings of Scientology. You can't define something with the word in a definition. That was what I was taught in elementary school. The Church of Scientology promotes and teaches Scientology, a body of beliefs-related practices created by Ron Hubbard, that name familiar, starting in 1952 as a successor to his earlier self-help esteem, Dianetics. Scientology teaches that people are immortal spiritual beings who have forgotten their true nature. That sounds demonic. Yeah, he was telling. Yeah, Cat Williams. Who else other than Cat Williams and Jamie Foxx and Dave Chappelle? Did Dave Chappelle told a little bit some too? I think. And then they ran that man off and told everybody he was crazy, and he came back swinging. He came back in full effect. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all think he was cloned? He came back with no problem. Salute, Big O. Easy. They say he went crazy. He went on a sabbatical. He went to I think he went to Africa for a while, but he came back with no consequences that we know of. That didn't make sense to me. So I just want everybody to keep an open mind. Hey, Vibe. Vibe, you want to hit the panel? What's your I know you just not getting here. What do you think about the Jamie Foxx situation? I just wish they would stop lying. So don't tell us nothing if you gotta lie. If you're not gonna tell us what really happened, don't tell us nothing. You told us that man had a medical emergency, which turned out to be a stroke. While he had his stroke, he had, what did it say, 3 heart attacks, and then he playing pickleball. But he's in a rehabilitation center and shit. Come on now. They think we crazy, y'all. They playing in our face. I'm going to revisit this. If I hear something else, I'm going to revisit this because I just... Here we go. Issue Vibe.
Yes. Hey, it's just Jay. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Just driving. Can you hear me good though?
Mm-hmm. Very clear. So what you think about the Jamie Foxx situation?
Man, it's like I'm hearing a lot of different things for us. What conspiracy wise and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get to the top, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna bring you down.
Especially when you talking. And that's why I played a clip from another blogger that gets tips. And they were saying that Tom Cruise and the Scientology people may have did something to him because of him dating Katie Holmes. So that man have Tom Cruise. You remember Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx was in a movie together. So they were friends.
Right.
And she was dating Jamie Foxx on the low while she was still married to Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise has not seen his daughter in 10 years.
Oh wow.
They're not even dating no more.
Wow.
But they said that Katie Holmes had told him some things about about Scientology, this, what they do in that church. And I guess that's a no-no. Thank you,
I heard a
Rico.
little bit about. I ain't never really heard Scientology. You know more about that? Is they more based on just science? Or they don't believe
That's
in
what I was
nothing?
just reading. Yeah, you came in right after I was just reading because I was like, what is Scientology? So hold on, let me go back. It promotes and
Like people
teaches
just
Scientology. It's teaches people that immortal spiritual beings have forgotten their true nature. Sound like cloning to me. I'm not even sold on the cloning part, but it just, I don't know. Science. I'm thinking science. Y'all talking about immortal.
I don't know. It just I don't know.
It's one down the street. It's a church, Scientologist church, right down the street from here. Like, I wonder, could you just walk in off the street and go in? Probably not.
You might have to sign up for that or something.
They saying that Katie told him a lot of stuff, and he was talking. But I just also played a clip when he was telling himself how he went to Diddy parties and he was recording it. He had the big old camera over your shoulder. So that means
that's the thing I was taught. That's one of the things I was kind of hearing though. That is when people start speaking too much about behind the scenes type stuff. That people don't know about. that's that
Yeah.
those parties. You know what I'm talking about? So they
Yeah,
probably
it do kind of like the movie Get Out. It do kind of make you think of that movie Get Out, but I think most movies are subliminal messages anyway. Hey
I know
sis.
it had some kind of movie. I can't think of that one movie though. It was more like a. It was like I think who was in that movie? I think yeah, Tom Cruise probably was in that movie. They had these kind of sheeps over their head. They wear these masquerade party face masks. I don't know if you remember that. It's a movie. I think it's on. It might be on Netflix.
Never heard of it.
And at this house, they be doing all kind of like the.
Mm.
I gotta figure the name of the movie.
But like I was just saying, they came out. They said that he was first all the celebrities was asking for prayers. Then they came out and
Mhm.
said he had he had the stroke and like 3 heart attacks.
Dang.
And then his daughter came out and said he was fine. He was playing pickleball the day before. And now TMZ is saying he's in a rehabilitation center in Chicago. Come on now. Make it make sense. None of this is adding up. I looked up pickleball. Pickleball is very strenuous for somebody who couldn't talk and walk. You have to jump around. It's like tennis, but it's also like paddleball. So it's tennis with a paddleball, something like that. That's a lot of jumping around and moving for somebody that didn't have couldn't use none of these functions. Didn't have none of these functions.
Right. Did you hear what Dave Chappelle was talking about?
Recently?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Well, he was talking about how the media can make you seem some another way. Somebody can really be after you, but they make it like you crazy or whatever.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And then also Kanye West was saying the same thing almost.
And that's another thing. They never go. Not to say I want them to go after that brother, but Kanye West tells it all.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when Cat Williams, I was saying earlier, when Cat Williams was doing all that talking, instead of doing something to him, they just made him look crazy.
Mm-hmm. That's what
Kept
I'm saying. The
arresting
media.
him, and now when he do his show, he pay for his own stuff. He not backed by sponsors and stuff like that. That man don't even look the same no more. He said he ain't never did drugs. The only thing he ever did was marijuana. And I mean, it's hard to look at him and tell that that's the only thing he ever did. But if to them, cocaine is nothing. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. All I know is I pray for Jamie to have a full recovery and to be who he was when he went before all of this happened. Because, like I said, on that movie Rust, Kevin Costner, Alec Baldwin, they waited for that man to go through all the court proceedings and everything before they even started refilming. But Jamie Foxx, they replaced him. They took like his scenes was he didn't have any quick. They didn't wait for him to get well. And Alec Baldwin wasn't even sick.
Man, it just be a lot of crazy stuff that be going on, but I think conspiracies on it. It has to have some kind of truth in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can't just come out of nowhere.
Yep. It's crazy. That's a talented brother right there. And I ain't never met him, but he seemed pretty cool. But I was telling them, like, when I lived in Chicago years and years and years ago, the HAO was trying to get him kicked out because he was having late night basketball games at his house with a bunch of naked men. That's when I knew right then and there that Jamie went both ways. Yeah.
Oh man.
That was the moment I knew that he went both ways when I heard that on the radio.
That's the first time I heard that before.
Let me see if it's even. It's 11:11. Let me see if it's even on the
Wow.
If I could find that story.
Said naked man playing basketball.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. The HAO was sick of it. They was sick of seeing stuff. Hey, J-Town. They was sick of stuff, you know.
Man, that's wild, man. That's wild.
Crazy. Let
Man.
me see if I can find it.
Man,
They were not playing with him.
These days in time, nothing really surprised you these days in time.
Howard Stern exposed it, but I don't want to play that. I don't know what all they say in there. Jamie Foxx exposed for having naked basketball. Hold on.
I ain't never heard that before. Man.
Heard about these celebrity butt naked basketball games, and I couldn't remember who he even was. I just remember thinking at that time, I was like, why do those men want to play basketball naked together? Like, that's so silly, like they're funny. And it didn't dawn on me until I was like an adult that I was like, oh. Okay. Now, apparently, the streets is saying Jamie Foxx used to be out here throwing butt-naked basketball games.
I told you I can't make this up.
This TikToker by the name of Crystal Lana 90 said Jamie Foxx used to be out there balling with his balls out. Now, I also want to say Jamie Foxx is doing okay. He's healing. He got a new show coming out. So he's healthy enough to get these jokes, all right? I just want y'all to imagine this. Before we even get into the story, just imagine it. Because it kind of makes sense. What you mean how it makes sense, Never Gave Up? You got to think about it. If you a bunch of
Shout out
naked
to
men
Never Gave Up, whoever that is.
out there playing basketball.
Yeah, Don.
And you getting sweaty and you getting wet. Then you don't need no lube. It's already wet.
Oh, man.
Easy access. You can just slip right in.
Pause.
Damn, that's a crazy one.
It makes a lot of sense to me.
Damn, boy.
That's what I had to say, and I'm going to break down a little more. This is in reference to who attended Jamie Foxx's butt naked basketball games. Okay, consider this my celebrity blind item. This was a man who is currently married to a woman, a famous woman who loves lemonade. I'm going to insert random sounds now. Bzz, 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 bzz. This man who is married to this woman was engaging in these acts with other men, allegedly at Jamie Foxx's butt naked basketball game. Now, if y'all couldn't figure out her little riddle, a famous woman who loves lemonade, I know a lot of people say Gucci Mane. No, because Gucci's song was Lemonade. She said the woman loved lemonade. If y'all don't know, Beyonce came out with an album called Lemonade. So I think she was trying to say Jay-Z was also at these butt naked basketball games. Now,
allegedly,
I want to add this into the mix. I never heard about Jamie Foxx having butt naked basketball games, but I did hear in the streets, as somebody who's been around the entertainment world myself, that Jamie used to be known for throwing the orgy parties, all right? And this is not an uncommon thing. I don't want y'all to act like this is like
groundbreaking news. It's really not. It's normal. A lot of people have these sex orgy parties and they get together and everybody's attractive and they just have a good time. And I also heard that a lot of these parties are exclusive. You don't necessarily just have to be a celebrity, but you got to look good. You can't be fat and sloppy, you know. So that's an L for me. I can't get in. If you're a man, it might be a size limit. You know, if you're a little 3.5 shrimp, you might not make it in. And see, that's another L for me because y'all know I am the president of the shrimp game.
He just doing too much. But I couldn't make it up, could I? Didn't I just say that? And I've been in Georgia for 11 years now, and I heard that before I moved here on the radio that they was trying to get that man
I've never heard that
out of the HOA because of those basketball games. But I also just played a clip where he said he was following Diddy around these parties. So this man got tapes somewhere of what was going on at these parties. Also, then you had the Tom Cruise theory where Tom Cruise was mad because Katie Holmes started dating his friend Jamie, and she was telling him what was going on in the Scientology church. And that man haven't seen his child for 10 years. So
that's wild,
I just need people to, because everybody's saying Diddy, 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 Diddy. Every time something happens, it's always the I don't know. I can't say one way or another, but I know some ain't right. Some in the buttermilk ain't clean.
No, it's like, man.
She said that's a big L for me. Thank you, Jesus. Yes, but look, and then he goes all into it like, well, you don't need lube if you sweaty. Come on, man.
Hey, that boy went straight.
Yeah, I was just playing a clip of that, Don, and he was saying how he asked Diddy could he walk around with his camera and follow him and film it. So then you got to think outside the box and be like, okay, so this man has footage of what was going on at them parties, which could be damning to people. Remember Cat Williams say Professor Ogilvy was in the room with a man?
Who was that? You said Professor who?
Ogilvy from Miss Parker.
Oh, wow.
You remember Cat Williams was like, is that Professor Ogilvy? So yeah, I don't know. Man. Like, I don't know. I don't want to be famous.
Yeah, you're right about that because he can have all kinds of tapes and stuff, and then he be talking about it a lot, and so he probably be kind of scared that man he might, that might come back and bite him in the,
She said I don't like buttermilk. Me either. But and then like I was trying to find the clip. It's a whole interview though, so I couldn't skip to the part where Jamie Foxx was talking about Diddy. But Snoop had a talk show, and Jamie Foxx was on there, and he started talking about. He was like, "Man, you remember when Diddy was having them parties, and he was talking about all the powder that used to be all over the table and stuff." And Snoop kind of like, a little bit. So yeah, Jamie be talking. Maybe he don't think I don't know. I can't say what's in that man mental, but I just pray he come back who he was, stronger than ever. Your device disconnected, vibe. Cause this don't make no sense. We love Jamie. I don't care if he playing butt naked with me and that ain't got basketball with me and ain't got nothing to do with me. He's still a good actor. He played that goddamn Wanda good as hell. Too damn good. I just wish they would stop playing in our face because it's some funny stuff going on. And I just want to see if anybody had any other opinions on the matter. Oh, okay. He said, "No, the nigga gay." Yeah, I never said that's what I'm saying, Don. A lot of people didn't know that. A lot of people didn't know that. But stuff like that stick in my head. And I remember I was driving, and you know how they report the news, and they was like the HOA is trying to get him removed because of his late night basketball games with a bunch of naked men. And I never looked at Jamie Foxx. I didn't look at him like, I didn't judge him, but I never looked at him like a straight man. So when he was getting with Jamie, with Katie Holmes and stuff, and I'm like, even when I found out he had kids, I was like, If you look at these movies, sometimes a lot of them, this not the way that they want to go. It's the way that they have to go to get the celebrity status that they want to be in. And it ain't that serious for me. I don't like the media I don't like nobody in my business, no way. So I can't see it. But man. You got right.
Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah, my bad. That a phone call came through.
So who knows? I'm surprised I'm the only one that knew about the naked basketball.
Definitely was.
That's crazy. They definitely said it on the radio. And this was years ago.
Before.
Over 11 years. Over 12, 13 years
ago.
ago. I'm not fucking on men to get in Hollywood and ain't going in my ass. I'll be in jail for motherfucker killing them. You know what? I don't think you always got to do that. It's a humiliation ritual.
Yeah, I ain't doing none of that stuff. I don't know what.
So I don't think it's always like sexual, but they gonna do something to humiliate you.
I guess they do that so they can have something over your head or something.
Yeah. If this is the price of fame, you're selling your soul.
Hell no, I ain't doing that. I already get it out the mud. I ain't trying to do.
Hey, I will be behind the scenes for the rest of my life if I'm not. Exactly, Don. Okay. That's why even though I've done like background acting or whatever, I never for a minute I wanted to like pursue it, but then nah. Nope.
I did one while too. I was like, shit. I started setting all this be going on. And, oh no, I'm good.
Oh, it be lit now. It be lit. I even seen somebody to the line in my face. I was like, I know he didn't just put that in his pinky finger. I guess it was that kind of picture though, but yeah. Right, Ems.
Yeah,
but it's not that serious. And then when you get in, you can't. Ain't no getting out.
No, it's really not.
Even Kanye said they took his mother. Now they ain't touching Kanye. If I was Kanye, I'd watch my back. I ain't gonna lie. I think he thinks he's smart about it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think he's what he's doing about the media. Yeah, I guess no one can really touch him. I guess
because they even had rumors out about him being, I can't whistle, so you know that. If I could whistle, I would do it.
But you know what? It don't really surprise me that maybe a lot of them are like that. Just don't really know. It don't really surprise me.
Even the children, like these kids, the Hollywood children. Do you notice most of them grow up like addicted to something and pass like that?
Yeah,
Gary Coleman, the whole doggone Different Strokes cast, the young ones.
it's crazy. All of them.
That part ends.
But see, play Willis. I can't think of his name though, but he's still alive right now though. Out of everybody.
Who? Ty Bridges.
Yeah, Tyler Bridges. He's the only one still
Yeah, he
alive.
was the first one they was talking about. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kimberly was the one that was doing things.
But all three of them kids had troubled past, and drug addictions.
Mm-hmm. Every last one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Even
Gary
I think
Coleman.
but I think West he's still doing good, dog. But I think
Well,
he
I
probably
forgot
got
about
like
the friend.
remember.
I know, right? You know.
Are you talking about the one that played Doug?
Huh?
You talking about the one that played Dudley?
Yeah. I forgot all about him. And I think by because the Jackson kind of grew up kind of messed up too, but I think they daddy was more like right then and there with them. They just grew up weird because they saw weird stuff, in my opinion.
Right.
Because that's the thing. You send your kids to Hollywood by themselves. That's just like the text that came out. Old girl that was staying with R. Kelly that her mama sent her.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
Like, you were really telling your daughter to go after this man, and she didn't want to.
Man, the thing is, they see them dollar signs, man. That's dollar signs and being famous.
The root of all evil.
Mm-hmm. That's the main thing they seeing, but not knowing that it's things come with that.
Yeah, and in the description box, I'm gonna link the videos that I played on here so y'all can see for yourself about the Tom Cruise theory and the video of Jamie Foxx talking about him carrying a camera and following Diddy around his parties. Because it's like y'all said, he did do a lot of talking. This videos all up and down YouTube.
Yeah, he did. He did a whole lot.
Right, Don, and that's why I wanted to do this, because I'm sick of the contradiction. One minute you say your family coming out, someone pray for him, all your friends pray for him. Then come to find out this man had a stroke and 3 heart attacks while he was in the hospital. Then after he went to the hospital, then his daughter comes. Celebrity still praying for him. Then his daughter comes out and say, "Oh, my father's fine. He was playing. Matter of fact, he was just playing pickleball yesterday." And then 2 days later, TMZ say he's in a rehabilitation center in Chicago. What? Jamie Foxx ain't said nothing. We ain't heard none of this from him.
That's crazy. I hope they're not trying to do that. You know how they was about how celebrities be getting cloned and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And that's what makes me. That's what leans me more towards Scientology, because it sounds like that's something immortal and spirituality. That sounds like cloning to me. I don't know. I'm not the reporter that's gonna go into a Scientologist church and find out what they talk about.
Oh, man, I know I won't.
Because I'm telling you, it's one right down the street, and I was surprised. I had never seen one in my life, and I was just driving down the street one day and I saw it. It's a big church too. Like, how is that even a religion?
A lot of celebrities into that though.
Most of them, yeah. Most of them do believe in Scientology.
When I first heard that, I was like, oh man, it sounds like somebody made up something.
I just get so tired of people always blaming Diddy. I don't get me wrong. He ain't, his hands ain't clean on a lot of this stuff, especially his baby mama, in my opinion, allegedly. But I don't think guilty of all this, because you gotta think these people, when they talk about everybody. When they get to talking, they telling everybody business. Maybe Jamie Foxx was just excited about what he saw. Because if you know better, you do better.
I mean, you would think
That's true.
you would think if Diddy had a problem with it, he probably would have been talk to him about it.
Did something a long time ago, right?
Yeah, probably he didn't.
Especially since he said, "Yeah, you can follow me with the camera."
But I know it was a lot of questionable videos that that's out on YouTube on Diddy on there.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't know, man.
His baby mom, yeah, but Diddy, to me, if you ask me, Diddy ain't hiding nothing. He just ain't confirming nothing.
That's it.
He ain't hiding a doggone thing.
I think you like to believe what you see, because I ain't gonna tell you nothing.
Right. He ain't hiding a doggone thing.
Just come on with your own assumptions. So that's what I'm thinking he's doing.
But that darkness gonna turn into light eventually. You hear more about Diddy doing stuff than you heard about what's his name? This locked up now? Suge.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of stuff that I think it's a lot of things that's going on that we don't know. But they already put out a narrative, on it, so we don't really pay attention to it, to certain things.
That's because we all, to a certain extent, we all hypnotize the brainwash. Just watching TV.
That's it.
If you knew the consequences, true. That's what I'm saying. They keep on using Diddy as a scapegoat, and I think, to be honest, that Tom Cruise story sound more believable, especially if he let their secrets out, because nobody sit up there and never heard nobody talking about what they do in them churches.
Oh yeah, I haven't heard anything from. Only time I heard something about that church is that where certain celebrities came out of Scientology. That's it. I haven't heard anything for negative, anything on what they do, none of that.
Yeah, I heard a lot of celebrities go too, but that's what made me look it up. Because, what do they, for it to be a religion and science to be in the name, what are they studying? And these people are studying immortality and spirituality. That sounds leaning more like cloning to me. And I don't want to be the one that be like, I believe in the cloning stuff, because I don't know. I can't say whether I believe it or whether I don't. I don't know. Because some stuff do be a reach.
See, like with cloning, I don't even know, do a clone even have a own spirit? If you know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's real weird.
Does a clone have like that? Does a clone have a soul?
Or like M said, maybe they brainwashed them. Instead of cloning it, maybe it is a brainwashing thing.
Maybe.
Right,
maybe
but Ems, we don't have any proof that they didn't, though. We don't have no proof that man is still on this earth, other than what people are saying. And their stories are conflicting.
Especially what you just said, that the daughter said one thing and then TMZ said one thing.
Right, and she was like the first one that came out and said pray for her family because her father was sick. Like, that's how we found out. And then she comes out and say, oh, my father's fine. He was just playing pickleball. He'd been out the hospital for weeks. So why is his friend telling us to pray for him?
And then why the media still keep saying that stuff?
Right after that TMZ show came out and said he was in Chicago in the rehabilitation center. Mind you, he started out here because he was filming a movie out here. So now he in Chicago, and that just when Her that doesn't make me think of Prince. He did his he looked soulless. Kodak always looked soulless. I do not like Kodak Black. I'm sorry. But Prince, for example, he did his concert here, got on the plane, got sick, and they stopped in Illinois. MLK Ultra. I heard of that.
That too. That's a good one. MK Ultra, and then think it's out whatever kind of brainwash that they can do to you, whatever. They can take up numerous of things though.
So you think they cloned Gucci too, Don? A lot of people be pointing out things that he don't have that he did have, and I'm just looking at it like this. Okay, I can't say I believe in the cloning or not, but when you look at Gucci Man, how many years was he in jail? She said pickleball. You so serious. How many years was Gucci in jail? He wasn't in there that long.
I want to say under 10. I know it got to be under 10.
It wasn't even that long. It was a few years, maybe 3. It wasn't that long. So okay, when you lose all that weight, you still have flab and fat. Where did it go? Then he came out talking all, I'm drinking wine. Like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
He came out even talking different.
But yeah, I think that cloning probably been happening ever since they first came out with cloning. That probably been going on since then.
Mm-hmm. It's like we know these people. It's like some of our favorite celebrities, some of our favorite melanated celebrities, all of a sudden they died of drug overdose. We didn't know Prince was on drugs. We didn't know Michael Jackson was on drugs. Everybody died of drugs if they melanated. Is that it? Because that's what it looked like to me. Like if it ain't drugs, they were sick.
Well, I can say we probably know that Prince now, but Michael, we probably say, well, I don't know.
I didn't know Prince was on nothing.
Yeah, I'm saying you probably could say Prince probably.
Oh, Mike, because of the head thing.
Yeah.
But I didn't know he was. I really didn't. It really never. I never heard any stories of him being on drugs until he passed.
Right. Me too.
So it's like muddying their name up. Just like I was saying, DMX. You heard the story Herb Gotti gave, right? Let me look that up. Because they was mad at Herb Gotti for saying this. Because Herb Gotti said. Herb Gotti said.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was saying I guess once you get to a certain status, and when they done, which they kind of tarnish your name or whatever. Like Bill Cosby, and I ain't never heard anything negative about until that happened. I'm like, dang, really? He was doing all that.
He talking about Quaaludes a lot though, so I could believe to a certain extent that he would lure them in as far as them taking the Quaaludes without them knowing. That's the part that's sketchy to me.
Right, but what about why they wait so long though? You wait till the man get old. At that time, he was like in his maybe mid-30s or something like that. Or
yeah, my theory a little different from other people because other people say, well, they waited that long because he was trying to buy NBC and they unalived his son. Whoa. My thing is, you have to look at the victim because a lot of people came out. And even some people said, well, all of them wasn't victims. Well, even if one of them was a victim, there was a victim. But who gonna believe Bill Cosby doing this stuff? Like if you came out during that time and said, because that's one thing about a sexual assault victim, the SA victim. They always the guilty one. If you ever notice, people always doubt their story. So think about this. Do you think these women would have been taken seriously if they would have came out then? And I think it took that one woman to come out with her story for everybody else to be like, it happened to me too.
Right, but I'm saying what made her come out? They followed the case, but what made her come out though? Out of all these years, you wait till you get down there. See now.
I mean, that's a good point, but I could see why they didn't come right out. That's a good point though. Why did she wait till he was legally blind? There's only one celebrity that passed away from drug overdose that I cherished to death, and broke my heart. And he passed. That was Juice World. You so silly. So Juice World. It could be something fishy behind that too.
Yeah, that celebrity lifestyle. I don't know. It might be a huge coke thing.
It is. It is. That's why. If you put your children in that and you just let your children go with these people, look at Lindsay Lohan. Look at Britney Spears. Like, y'all is leaving y'all kids in these hands that y'all done heard stories about. I don't know why they waited this long, but I could see why they didn't come right out. I don't know why they waited years and years later, but I could see why they didn't come right out.
I can see that too, why they didn't come right out. But it's like, dang. Enough of them though would have, you know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
Enough of them would have better turn some heads instead of just one person or two. You know what I'm saying? If you have the amount of women, you know what I'm saying? They would have gained some attractions.
And as far as Juice World and Lil Baby, Juice World couldn't compare to no Lil Baby. Juice World and Lil Baby and Juice World couldn't. I don't think he was comparable to where's to be a sacrifice, especially since Juice World wasn't out there like that. Lil Baby was already coming out. Now, Lil Baby, I think he signed himself up for some stuff. You heard him in that song, "If I Sell My Soul, I'll Be Slime Forever." Amanda Barnes, all of them. They ran Britney Spears crazy, and then that shaving the head, that's a ritual. You see,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. A lot of kids, they ain't doing good though. I can't name them that many.
Doja Cat, Azealia Banks, Britney Spears. Yeah, because of all the signs and symbols in Disney and Nickelodeon, all that stuff. These people do this stuff right in our face.
We're not paying attention.
We just being entertained by what we see and not what's really going on. These kids can try. Like I'm so like the kids that didn't go through that stuff. I feel their parents had to be bad. Like for example, what's her name? What's the girl name from Disney? I think it was Disney. But Solange Knowles, her son's supposed to have leaked a video of him playing with her or whatever. Shy Jackson. They tried to dirty her name up. Dang. But you could tell her parents was there because she don't act like the typical like tarnished kid. But they tried to dirty her name up. They really did. And after that too.
So I wanted, is that one of the things they do when you do decide to leave, is that they know that, hey, when you leave, this going to happen when you try to leave?
Like, is the one in their contract? Because, people don't even read contracts. Yeah. Or maybe since Juice was a mentor for Kid Lorraine, it may have been a sacrifice for him because he's pretty popular. I never heard of him. Even some stuff going on with Lil Wayne. I don't care what nobody's saying. I never heard of the kid Leroy. I never heard of him. Yeah, we won't, cause we pay attention. You can't just piss on our head and tell us you fucking R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? We ain't slow.
Right.
Yeah, that was pretty much. I wanted opinions on what y'all thought was going on with Jamie Foxx. That was basically the point of my live for today. But I will revisit this because I'm still into the story. I want, like, this is really some, like I say, in the buttermilk ain't clean.
Yeah, I just want to really, have witness said anything on his own, like, speaking for him and stuff. So I'm like, it'd be good to be able to see him on video or something.
Yeah, man. Jamie Foxx is very talented, singing, acting, basketball. That ain't funny, man.
Like
he probably could play basketball really good if he was having games every night. That's crazy.
Dunn said he like when people call him crazy.
I'm not. Me too, Don. Because I be so in tune. I be like, yeah, you think I'm crazy if you want to. Numerology, yes. I haven't gotten the I can't even pronounce that. How you pronounce it? Gematria? I remember Rob was talking about that. Gematria. I remember Don was talking about that. Rob was talking about that a lot, and it's got something to do with numbers. But the numbers, Wayne said it best. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie.
Fact.
For real. You're not gonna piss on my head and tell me you R. Kelly. I'm sorry. I know how R. Kelly look.
I'm like, what's the thrill of that though? That's crazy to me, man.
Even like Young Miami coming out saying she liked it. Was that like humiliation? Because now every time I see her, this is like the instant piss smell come to my, like, ooh, I bet she's not piss. I don't know. And then Amara Nigera, I can't pronounce her name, from Love and Hip Hop. She said she liked it too. You got me mad. Let somebody piss on me. We fighting. We fighting.
They don't realize that's the grading.
Your job.
They don't realize that's the grading, man. And get me, man, shit.
It's acid. It's nasty. That's waste. Like, you're not finna. The smell of it. Like, what is exciting? Hey, I do know somebody that was with somebody that liked that. So she would hold her pee until she got to this person, so she could pee on him. That's I don't know. I don't even want to be with this person because you piss on me. Look. Put me in handcuffs now. Before we even do this, just go ahead and put me in handcuffs. If you think you're gonna piss on me, just go ahead, put the handcuffs on. Call the police now, because we're gonna have a problem.
That part on Friday at the Knicks when Kevin with can't you pee on me?
Man. Did you? Hell no, you can't piss on me. I think, okay, I'm trying to tell you. That is so nasty. You piss in toilets and dispose of it. So she let Diddy or whoever started it piss on her, and it was exciting? Bro, what is wrong with you? Like, every time I see her now, I just smell piss. But then I feel like it could have been a humiliation ritual too, because, like, why would you even say that? Diddy done got this girl a show. She won an award after goddamn going 3 episodes. She got a whole award after 3 episodes. A big award. An Emmy, Grammy, one of them. Soul Train, one of them. After like 3, 4 episodes, 5 episodes at the most. Come on now. You want out Drink Champs, Breakfast Club, all of these shows. Because this man paid for it. And you paid for it too because you got pissed on.
Yep, the things that people do for money, though, you know.
The root of all evil. That's why I say all money ain't good money, and I do not. I'm not the type of person that's gonna do anything for money. For real, Don, it just didn't make sense to me. You get it like, I like you getting peed on. Bitch, is you crazy? Did you say that out loud? Then you got people backing up. Girl, I like being peed on too. Y'all stink. Y'all ass smell like pee.
That's crazy.
You're not finna tell me these people don't have a urine smell to them. I don't care. You're not with it.
Yeah, Jay, I just made it to my destination. I'm gonna drop down and listen to you if you still be live.
That's fine. I'm finna go ahead and close this out. We did a good 2 hours. I'm gonna revisit this though. And if y'all can find anything else to help contribute to the conversation, I appreciate all of your interactions and all of your participation in the conversation, because that was my whole point of doing the live, is to see what other people thought about it and to bring awareness to some of the things that we all don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I stay on YouTube, but I don't always be watching lives. I watch a lot of pre-recorded videos, and Tough Podcast, I think he calls himself NC Tough. He get a lot of tips. Like, he got a lot of tips on Kim Porter. If y'all, I'm gonna put his link in the description, and y'all sub up, because people be telling him stuff. And like he said, he can't confirm that there is true, but when you think about it, it makes sense. It makes sense. Just like, just look at what he said about Kim Porter. He did a few videos on Kim Porter, and it makes sense. Okay, I'll leave it in the description box when I end the live. But I do appreciate everybody for coming to chill with me. I think I got a live schedule for later. I think. I don't know. I just started scheduling live so I can be more consistent and stay on it. So I guess I will talk to you guys later on. I think I scheduled a live for 4:20 if I'm not mistaken.
What's up with it, La Familia? Happy Sunday. What's up with it, La Familia?
Oh, what just happened? Hold on, let's try that again. They messing with me, y'all. It's all alleged. Fair use. Just conversation. Try that again.
What's up with it, La Familia? Happy Sunday. Just had to pop in real quick.
J-U-S-T-J-A-E, fake niggas free, M-O-B, first lady on the panel, just Jay, it's the channel, when you're watching, gon' sub, hit that like, leave a comment, respect what she all about, haters gon' walk it out, a lady be a lady, right now, bitch, close your mouth, a Midwest gangster, thuggin' in the South, a princess from Chicago, ATL queen, pull up on the shoulder, she the hottest in the city, she a badass bitch, yeah, that thing seem pretty, roll it up, light it up, we just wanna smoke and ride. If you look into her eyes, she'll leave you hypnotized. Soft spoken when she talk, don't get it twisted, She got lady too bold, yeah they with it, What is you too street? She ain't come right here to play. Niggas like, who that is? That's my homie, just Jay.
What's up with it, La Familia? Happy Sunday. share the